Welcome to NFL Primetime, presented by Intuit TurboTax.
Real TV for NFL Primetime. Boomer and Booger Championship Sunday, NFL Primetime, and in a season where it seemed like everything came down to the wire all the time, why wouldn't the championship game be nail-biters too?
And Boom, you knew today we were going to get something extraordinary in both games in their own special way delivered.
Own special way. And this second one was unbelievably special, and you kind of knew. You could make the argument, and it doesn't matter, that these are the best two teams in football. One scored the most points, the Rams. One allowed the fewest points, the Seahawks. The two teams played twice this year. The Rams won by 2. The Seahawks won by 1. Yards were within 1. So why wouldn't it come down to the very end of two teams playing at their best in the beautiful Pacific Northwest in the land of the 12s? Here we go with the Rams at the Seahawks, the rubber game for the right to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. The beautiful, loud stadium. But Matthew Stafford, the presumed MVP, 46 regular season touchdown passes. Sam Darnold, could he do it? Yeah, well, he had an answer. Early first, Seahawks driving. Darnold. Rashid Shaheed, the speedster that general manager John Schneider brought over right before the trade deadline.
Something you can't teach, just pure speed. The Rams secondary has been an issue all season, proved to be an issue today, Boom.
So he's done it with a punt return. He's done it with a kick return. He's done it with a 51-yard play there. Darnold with Jackson Smith and Jigba, 16-yard play. They look sharp right out of the gates. The Seahawks canine, they call him, Kenneth Walker. Whoop, and he dives, and it's 7-0 Seahawks right away. Ensuing Rams drive. After they started 3-and-out, the Matthew Stafford said, okay, you know what? I got Puka Shell. Puka Nacua with one hand, with two hands, with a knee. It doesn't matter. It's 44 yards.
Maybe the best contested catch guy in football.
And now the field goal kicker, Harrison Mevis. He's been really good since he became the third kicker this year. Kick is good, 44 yards, 7-3. So first drive went nowhere. Now the Rams answer.
The thicker kicker on the board.
The thicker kicker. Well, that's my game here. Under 6 to go in the first. Sam. And there goes K9. Kenneth Walker, 14 yards. Remember, Charbonnet hurt. So even though they had Holani, it would be more touches for Walker. Darnold to JSN. Look, Ma, one hand.
Boom, some people call him JSN. I call him just so nasty. How about that? Who needs two hands, Boom, when one will do?
That one will do. And then 4th and 9, Jason Myers comes in field goal. And it's good. The kicking and the punter, Dixon, they're as good as there are. Rams special teams, a different story. All year long, the kick is good. It's 10-3. But a different story once again. How good is Matthew Stafford in the clutch? Down 10-6 after field goal. Stafford to Puka, 21 yards, moving the chains, under 7 to go half. 2nd and 10 at the 44. Blake Corum showing, as far as the Seahawks are concerned, bad decorum. Bounces outside for a 19-yard gain. Under 2 to go in the half. 2nd and 8, Rams at the 9. Stafford. Kyron Williams, he has a nose for the end zone. Touchdown, L.A.
Love the play call. 2 receivers go inside, pick the linebacker, Corman Williams in the flats, touchdown.
Now we're under a minute to go in the half. Darnold to JSN. Pocket good. He takes a licking and keeps on ticking. 42 yards.
Tremendous route. Turns the safety around, and Sam Darnold with an anticipatory throw leading him.
Well, now, under 30 to go. Darnold to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Touchdown. Seahawks had ball. Rams had ball. Then Seahawks had ball. It's like the CFL. 3 possessions in the last 2 minutes of the half. 17-13 Seattle. Early third quarter. Michael Dixon, the Aussie, punting. Xavier Smith returning. Derek Young recovers. There were every time he was staring him in the face, and this time Seahawks capitalized.
And Xavier Smith, Boom, he bobbled an early one. He never looked comfortable, and that would be his last one.
And so, very next play, Mike McDonald, Seahawks get the break, get the turnover, and then, just like you drew it up, Jake Bobo for a touchdown. Seahawks lead 24-13. But what? The Rams down 2 scores? Trouble? I don't think so. Stafford, Colby Parkinson. Oh, that tight end offense, 40 yards. Great start to the drive on 1st and 10. Then Matthew on 2nd and 6 to Davante Adams. Here they come down to the 2. L.A. knocking at the door. And then Stafford. He caught more touchdown passes than anyone else this season. Davante Adams for a playoff touchdown here. Now it's 24-21 score game.
Outstanding release by Adams. That's easy pickings for Stafford and Adams.
Now, of course, the Seahawks, 2nd and 1. Darnold to JSN. 12-yard gain. Him and Puka, I mean, just my goodness. One led in catches. JSN led in yards this year. Darnold. Cooper Kupp, the former Triple Crown winner with the Rams in receiving. Touchdown, 31-20, Seattle.
The old blast from the past, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, the Rams wish they didn't see it, but Stafford says, yeah, this is the blast from another pass. Stafford to Adams, what a game. 35 yards, L.A., 3rd and 12. Stafford looking for Puka, but Reek Woolen. The long arms, but a little extracurricular. The great play, but then unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, it pays to be 6'4" and break that up, but Woolen has got to control the emotion. That's a flag that was warranted. Good call by the ref.
Yeah, so taunting penalty on incompletion now becomes a first down. Would it be costly? You betcha. Stafford says, you give me an inch, I'll take a mile. Or maybe I'll take 34 yards, all right, to be exact. To Puka, touchdown.
Outstanding catch, boom, 1 cheek equals 2 feet. Touchdown, Puka Nacua.
31-27. Back to a 4-point game for Sean McVay. Under 9 to go. Remember, they went overtime the second game, so I'm not going to say in the game under 9 to go in the 4th quarter. Stafford on 3rd and 1 from the 26. To Parkinson. He didn't squeeze it.
Yeah, Nwosu got a finger on it. May have thrown the rotation of the ball off, but you got to haul that one in.
Now 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. Stafford will scramble. Everything falling off, but the drive is alive.
The dual threat, Matthew Stafford.
The dual threat. He loves it. 3rd and 4. Well, the little throw to... big stop. Seahawks right, the little whoop. And then on 4th and 4, they're going to go. Don't kick a field goal to make it a 1-point game, but we are getting late. You could debate it, but that's the play. Devin Witherspoon broke it up and turned it over on downs.
Yeah, no doubt. This is an outstanding play by Witherspoon in the back of the end zone. You can debate the call of going for it there. 4:54 left. McVay rolling the dice a little bit. But a good call there. Witherspoon knocking it away. They dropped 8 guys in coverage. Great call there by Mike McDonald.
And now, Seahawks, 2nd and 6, 0-10. Darnold, Walker. That's Cooper Kupp. Darnold to Cooper Kupp for a first down. That's a football player making a football play. Now, Sam. JSN, first down. Tick, tick, tick. Tick. The Rams have run out of timeouts. 0-48. Darnold incomplete, but Kobe Durant he played a pretty good game, but called for pass interference.
He played a good game, but the nemesis of this secondary all year has been penalties and lack of coverage. It showed up again today.
But Braden Fish sacks Darnold on 3rd and 7. The Rams, where they get the ball back, not a lot of time, but the punt by Dixon. Now, Sam. This is Matthew Stafford. Puka, tick, 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 tick. And then one more time, tick. Did he get out of bounds? No. They thought so, yes, but it was a good call, Booger.
It was a great call. The shin was down, so the clock continued to wind. Good call by the ref.
And so, the Seahawks, my goodness, could you get any better than this? Well, not much if you're really picky. The Seahawks are going back to the Super Bowl. They win it 31-27 at home. Jeff Darlington with middle linebacker Ernest Jones.
The support that you showed for your quarterback, he comes out here against this same team and absolutely balls. What is that like?
I won't say the words again, but I told you back then, Man, I knew Sam was going to come out here and ball. What do you have, 300 passing yards? Like, come on, get off my quarterbacks.
That stop that you guys had down here on 4th down, take me through it and how we're able to do it.
And I'm telling the guys, man, we're here. Everything we work for is on in this moment. Let's go out here, let's clamp up, and let's get a stop.
You are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah! Thank
How
you,
does
Lord.
that feel?
That feels amazing. Thank you, Lord.
Oh.
Very together team. Not that the Rams aren't. Look, they gave 3 great games this year.
Yeah.
I thought the 38-37 was the game of the year. And really, with the 2-point conversion, we said it last week, that were made in that game. Seattle was the 1, the Rams were the 5. They had a long road. We'll talk about the Rams in a minute. But where do we begin? Sam Darnold, he couldn't do it, right? 6 turnovers against the Rams the first 2 games. This time, let's see. 346, 3 TDs, no pick,
Boom,
no fumble.
I'll take you back a step further. Sam Darnold with the Jets, he was seeing ghosts. Goes to Minnesota. Plays well, couldn't quite get over the hump. Played so well, they didn't want to sign him back. Goes to Seattle, and here's a guy in the biggest game of his career last week, the oblique injury. He didn't throw the football well, so now he comes out in the NFC title game, and all he does is line up and deal. 25 or 36 for 346. Sam Darnold played the best game of his career. He was accurate, he led, he was precise, he had great decision-making, and his rapport with Jackson Smith and Jigba was outstanding. He's the reason they're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about this defense. This defense was outstanding. The run game was so-so. The reason Seattle won this game today was the accuracy, the precision, the timing, the leadership of Sam Darnold. And I couldn't be happier for a guy who came down the road that he did. From New York to Minnesota to here. How about Sam Darnold playing the game of his life today?
No, and I think a lot of New Yorkers rooting for him, going like, you know, like maybe the Jets were the problem.
Just a little early.
Sam
Just
Darnold.
gave up on him a little early.
And look, and Matthew Stafford as well. Let's not even, we will talk a bigger picture Rams, but Matthew Stafford, right? It was toe-to-toe, and the 2 receivers were toe-to-toe. You couldn't even leave this game for more than a minute.
Both quarterbacks played outstanding. I think the biggest key to this game was the Rams secondary. Like the Rams defense, the front 4, if the front 4 didn't get home, could the Rams secondary hold up? It's been their biggest weakness all year. Special teams. They fired the special teams coordinator during the season. They replaced him. Special teams, an issue again today with the drop punt. And the secondary. The front 4 has gotten home, but the secondary hadn't been able to cover anybody all year. And it's amazing when you get in the biggest games, your biggest weaknesses show up against the best opponents. And here we are again today. What's the Rams' biggest weakness? Their secondary and special teams, and it showed up again today. And if you're Seattle, who knows them so well, you're going to attack them in those two categories, the secondary and the special teams.
Here's an interesting one on Coach Mike McDonald, who, young like Sean McVay, these are 2 of the best. And it was interesting, just like the AFC game, you have an offensive guru against a defensive guru. I just throw this out there. This game could have gone either way. I get it.
Yeah.
But when his Seahawks, remember he's been there only 2 years, he's won 26 games.
Yeah.
When they play a team for the second, no matter what happens in the first game, second or third time, like the Rams, you know what his record is, seeing him again? 8-0.
Adjustments. Yeah.
8-0.
It's pretty good.
Hello.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's not like all better than, no, it's not about that, but adjustments, seeing, and putting guys in position, like you said. It's about us. Yeah, but it's a little bit about, okay, what didn't we do against the Rams a couple of times? And again, the Rams, I think, had more yards in this game, 479 to 396. So wasn't like that defensive Seattle. The Rams had rolled up yards on them 2 of the 3 games. However, when they needed plays like Witherspoon, et cetera, they made them.
And sometimes it's the subtle adjustments. You're not. We live in a day and age where you're not going to be able to shut a team out, especially if you don't have inclement weather. But the adjustments that Coach McDonald can make, they made sure the running game wasn't an issue today from the Rams. They gave up a couple of yards early on, but they took the running game away and made Matthew Stafford play. That's what a good defensive coordinator does. I'm going to take one thing away from you and make you play the other way. Even the same way with the Rams to a certain extent. No Charbonnet. Walker got loose a little bit early. This was a game where the quarterbacks were going back and forth and back and forth. And isn't it fitting on a year when Matthew Stafford most likely is going to be the most valuable player in our league, that Sam Darnold outdoes him?
Yeah, he answered. Anyone that still has a question, we'll hear it a little bit at the Super Bowl, but it won't be so loud. Yeah. And he's not going to be bothered by a thing. Sean McVay, the Rams are a tough out. They were the toughest out for Philly last year
Correct.
in the playoffs, right? They were a tough out for, what was it, Detroit. I mean, we could keep going. And a tough flight home for a team that all of a sudden was the best, but then couldn't play for the #1 seed, but yet they played in the fridge at Chicago in 5 quarters. And here they are toe-to-toe. Here he is after the game.
All right, guys. Congratulations to Seattle. It's an excellent football team. And, I love our group. Really, I think the finality of all of it, didn't ever really expect this. We came here with the expectations to win. We had our chances. They made their plays, and it was a great back-and-forth game by 2 great teams. But it's a couple critical errors that ended up costing us. But love this team. It's one of my all-time favorites. I'll be honest with you guys right now. Nothing but gratitude for these guys. Nothing but respect for the Seahawks. And I'm pretty numb. I think the finality of all of it, when you don't allow yourself to even think about anything other than just advancing. I felt like we were going to be the team on that podium, and we weren't. And, you give Seattle the credit. But I love this group. And, I'm never really short on words, and I am right now. So it's tough. But this is sports, and you got to be able to deal with it. You guys go ahead.
What did you tell the team?
Stand up. Never question him. I thought the Rams might run out of that. They started this game with a lower gas tank than Seattle. What would that show up in the game? Would they miss a play? Would they miss? I don't know, Booger. But the path that they took after that 38-37 loss, they went to Atlanta, got beat by Bijan at the big game when they were hanging their heads like we can't get the 1 seed. Had to play 4 quarters with the regulars just to beat Arizona. Had to play to the very end of the game to beat Carolina. They weren't counting on that. 5 quarters, Chicago, Caleb making throws, yet they come out of the frigid, and then they go up to Seattle in a very rough place to play. I wondered whether I've actually earned more respect for them. I know they lost. They didn't win. Unbelievable respect. I really thought the gas tank would be too low.
Well, I thought the gas tank would be too low, but the gas tank wasn't. They played well. I mean, Matthew Stafford was outstanding. What you saw there is a coach who honestly thought they were going to win the football game. And the finality of the season, as he's walking to that podium, is hitting him square in the face. Season is over. Now come all the questions. What am I going to do at the quarterback position? Because in his mind, he knows this might have been his best chance with Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
So there's so many things running through his mind right now. You can tell it's kind of overwhelming. He doesn't really have all of his thoughts together. Stafford played outstanding. From a guy who we thought wasn't going to be ready in August with back issues to the NFC Championship game, Sean McVay did an outstanding job coaching. However, in the end, if the Rams are going to get back here, they got to fix their secondary. They're going to have to figure out a way to either get Matthew Stafford to come back, or they got to figure out a way to get Jimmy Garoppolo ready. It's a long season, man. And there are no guarantees that you're going to get right back here. Just ask the Philadelphia Eagles. And so when you see McVay right there, he's numb because the finality of it, as players and coaches, we never think it's going to come. And then it shows up and hits us square in the face. Now what do we do? Like, that's an honest feeling, and it's a good chance for us to get a chance to see a glimpse of that.
I don't know, and this is just me. We don't know what it took for Matthew. He may not be with the back in this, and then it was, quote, no problem. We really don't know all the things he went through. So, again, this to Matthew Stafford. Yeah. Will he play? I'm not. I have no knowledge on this at all. I hope so as a football fan.
Yes, we do.
He's going to be the MVP. Yeah. And we hope this wasn't the last game for him, but I'm not.
Hope so.
We hope, but only he knows what he went through to get ready. But I think he had a blast this year.
No doubt. He's going to win the MVP, Boom. Like, what more could he have done? They got to fix their defense.
Yeah, they're good.
Not good enough.
But they're not quite good enough.
Exactly.
And so, more on this game. I think there was an AFC Championship game too. Right?
It was early too, I heard.
It was early, and it was in like 18 different kinds of weather. Patriots, Broncos, same as it ever was, kind of. We'll be back.
NFL Primetime is presented by Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes. NFL Primetime. Presented by Intuit TurboTax.
Well, that's our look, and about 40 states have weather, and we're glad that you're inside, bundled up, maybe a hot chocolate. Hopefully you're safe. Maybe we can put a little, couple of logs on the fire and help warm you up here with NFL Primetime. That's our job. All right, AFC Championship game. 3 weeks into the season, September.
Okay.
New England, 1-2. Denver, 1-2. All right. We'll kind of follow them, but there'll be somebody else.
Yeah.
Denver went into Philly and won. New England went into Buffalo and won. What are they going to do with those wins in October? What did they do? They lost one game each the entire rest of the season.
Wow.
And here they were, 2-1. New England at Denver for the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. And you know what? The game looked like it was going one way, and then it changed about as fast as weather in the Rocky Mountains. Here we go with, the storyline. It was not Bo Nix. It was Jarrett Stardom Stidham for the Denver Broncos, the backup who hadn't thrown a pass in 2 years in the NFL against Bo Nix. Bo Nix up there, and Drake May. If it's not Stafford, the MVP will be Drake May. But Stidham said, yeah, you mean you think I'm tired and I'm rusty? No. Marvin Mims Jr., 52 yards.
Little miscommunication there. Gonzalez opened up, allowed Mims to go inside. He was looking for safety help. The safety wasn't there.
First completions in January 7, 2024, and then Stidham to Cortland Sutton. No problem. 7-0 early, Denver at home. They lost only once at home all year, but guess what? New England, a perfect 8-0 on the road this year, only team in the league. Q Robinson and that highly touted Denver defense sacking Drake May.
And early on, this Denver defense was outstanding. They made life miserable for the Patriots. You wonder when Josh McDaniels was going to get this offense going.
They had 12 yards, Booger, in the first quarter, 7-0 Denver after one. Then Stidham flushed out. He's short. He gave it a shot, and the Broncos with a 4th down. Sean says no. Sean Payton, I am not. On 4th and 1 from the 14, going to kick a field goal, and Stidham keeps going backwards.
Don't really like this call, Boom. You got to understand the situation. You're up 7-0, have all the momentum. It's good weather. Kick the field goal, go up 10-0, and he didn't.
So it stays 7-0. Now Broncos third for own 33, going backpedaling. Christian Ellis, he throws it away. There's a lot of stuff happening. First they called grounding. Then they went, no. It's a backward pass, but the whistle blew, so they couldn't advance, but it is New England ball.
Bad play by the refs. The refs have to let this play go. Should have been a touchdown for the Patriots. Either way, Patriots get ball. And what a call here on the quarterback draw.
Drake May, maybe I'll run it up the middle on 2nd and 4. We're tied at 7. Mike Vrabel says, yes, sir.
Josh McDaniel in his bag, understanding. I go shotgun. They're going to think pass, quarterback draw, and the pass get their touchdown.
So now 7-all last-minute first half. Stidham, R.J. Harvey, the rookie, breaks a tackle, gets a first down in field goal range, but Will Lutz made 4 last week in advancing against Buffalo for Denver, but from 54 yards, pushed right. So, game stayed tied at 7-all. Win, not quite the factor it would be later, but maybe bothered on that. 9 seconds to go. May, scrambling. Safe before the clock expires. Vrabel timeout.
Outstanding job, coach and player. Look at Vrabel. He hadn't even slid yet. Mike's already calling a timeout. Understanding situational football.
We understand altitude helps, but Andy Borregales' kick not even close. It was 63 yards, so let's calm down. 7-all at the half, the lowest scoring first half in a championship game in about a decade. Then remember Ramondre Stevenson. 2nd and 9, picks up 12. This is the opening drive, third quarter. Remember, New England had 12 yards in the first quarter. What would they do in this quarter? Well, they're going to have a 9-minute drive, Booger. May takes off, 28 yards, scamper, another first down. 4th and 1, New England. May, I'm not really sure if he got it, but.
Do they call this a Bronco stampede? Is this like I'm not sure if this is a tush push. Either way, it was effective. It didn't look good, but it was effective.
Well, if they first down, you can't really overturn that from that look. And then May, Jonathan Cooper on 3rd and goal. Denver fans, it was a 16-play, 9-minute drive. They get a field goal, and then Did we say that the weather changed?
Drastically.
Weather in the Rockies. Tricky Patriots on 2nd and 5. Mac Hollins, who I think would play barefoot if he could, 31-yard pickup.
Well, he walked in the stadium barefoot, but I love the play call, understanding situation, little flea flicker. Then how about the block by Stevenson to help the quarterback out?
Well, look, it's like a minute later, and look at the snow flying Borregales from 46. Yay! Wide right. Malcolm Roach, Broncos, so yeah. So it's still 10-7 after 3. Weather worsening. Could Stidham get his squad deep into Patriot territory? Lil Jordan Humphrey, but Marcus Jones to break it up, forcing a punt. Next drive, 3rd and 4 from the 37, 12 minutes to go. May, Roach, and DJ Jones sack the quarterback. Sacked, first quarterback in postseason history to be sacked 5 times in 3 different games in a single postseason. I don't think he cares because it's a W or an L. But wait a minute, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Patriots punt. 8 minutes to go. Oh, yeah, the snowplow game. Not quite the same thing. I'm dating myself.
Field conditionings are worsening.
Well, now, Patriots punt. Start him, Stidham, slide him, 7 yards. Broncos try a field goal. Will Lutz, 46 yards, but you see what it is. Well, but this we can explain. Leonard Taylor III may have put the Patriots in the Super Bowl. We don't know that.
All 3 phases. Look at Leonard Taylor right there. Gets a fingertip on the ball, changes the rotation. That with the win. Patriots special teams showing up big.
Well, showed up big in both championship games. Patriots take over. Stevenson, 3rd and 9. Stop. Conservative play calling. Patriots. Well, you understand why by Josh. Next Bronco drive. Stidham. But there it is. You know what kind of chance you have going against him, Christian Gonzalez? 0.
And this goes back to the first play of the game, Boom. He took the first series of the game when they threw deep. Mims by Gonzalez. That time, Gonzalez was ready. Backpedal. Game-winning pick.
3rd and 6, on 40. Can they get a first down? Can they get a first down? May around the corner. The play call, McDaniels, and May runs the bootleg, and that essentially will do it.
How about this play, Boom? This was a run call. Drake May, we found out after the game, Drake May pulled this on his own. Everybody else thought it was a run. Drake May did that himself.
Wow. Well, look, Mike Vrabel goes, you know what? No. And the Broncos were game. It's going to be 10-7 New England. Sean Payton, Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel, team who won 4 games last year. They are AFC champions. They are going to the Super Bowl. Do you think the coach makes a difference? You betcha. 10-7, the Patriots had never won a playoff game in Denver before. Tom Brady lost twice to Peyton, once to Jake Plummer. Then there was a game in the 80s, but you know what? It's new history now for Mike Vrabel in the locker room.
Okay, listen to me. Sometimes you got to believe things before you can see them. Okay, you got to believe them before you can see them. And from the time that we started, you did everything that we asked you to do. Okay, we said everybody's journey to this league looks a little different. Just like everybody's journey to the Super Bowl looks a little different.
Man, that's cool. It's pretty special. It's something that I won't forget. You know, Road Warriors, 9-0 on the road, playing for this team and finishing in victory formation. I head bumped Will, and that was probably the hardest head bump of my life out there after I picked up the first down. So, special for those guys. We've been in that scenario a lot.
I felt like most of the first half we played on their side of the field. We didn't score enough points offensively or capitalize on that field position. The turnovers hurt us, and we had our opportunities.
I can't put our team in a bad position like that. So the defense, they played their tails off tonight. It was pretty remarkable. I just felt like whenever I gave them the short field, really hard for me to swallow that one because I just put them in a terrible spot. So hats off to them. They played outstanding.
And of course, we all become experts on Stidham, who once upon a time was the heir apparent to Tom Brady, and you know where he went. Well, that was the play. That was the play that changed it. But for New England, Drake May. Threw for 86 yards, but he ran for 68. Let's just switch the numbers. Yeah. And he ran at the right time, and there were no turnovers. That was, hey, they got away with things. The Charger game, the Houston game. I mean, they made five turnovers in the 2 previous playoff games today. Nothing. And that was the difference.
Well, boom, let's take a look at the first half of this game. Drake May was not throwing the football well. He threw the ball for 86 yards in this entire game. And I thought it was an outstanding job of understanding when your fastball is not there and you got to go to your secondary pitch. And for Drake May, he's an outstanding athlete. And his secondary pitch was his legs. His ability to make first downs with his legs was outstanding, especially when the Broncos were in man coverage. If you're going to be in man coverage, the defensive line has to keep the quarterback in the pocket. You can't allow that seam. Drake May, tremendous athlete, 6'5", 240 pounds. He can run. He's a tremendous runner, and there you get a first down. He rushed for 6 first downs, especially when the Broncos are in man coverage. The secondary's back is turned. Defensive line doesn't keep the quarterback in the pocket, and there goes Drake May again. Time and time again, Drake May used his legs to get first downs. He used his legs to keep the Broncos off balance. And on a day when the weather turned inclement in the second half and he didn't have his fastball in the first half, I thought this was a masterclass of Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniel telling Drake May, hey, when you have an opportunity, use your legs and run the ball. And he did that. The numbers don't look gaudy. This was a really good performance from him because he took what the defense gave.
Well, I don't have a fastball. I got this.
Yes.
I have this. In retrospect, and it's easy to be an armchair quarterback or whatever you want to call it, I wonder if Sean Payton Booger will go, okay, we could have kicked the field goal and probably would have made that one and gone up 10-0.
Yeah.
That weather might have come in at the end of the game. It might have come in at halftime like it did. But do you think if he looks himself in the mirror, he goes, ooh, we could have gone up 10-0 and New England hadn't moved the ball at all?
So the job of a coach is to put his team in the best situation. You got to understand situational football. Everybody knew the forecast for the game. You knew at some point the weather was going to get nasty. And at that point, you're up 7-0. All the momentum is with you. It's a 31-yard field goal. It's shorter than an extra point.
Correct.
Extra points are 33 yards. This is a 31-yard field goal. He turned it down. I don't care what analytics say. Sean Payton's job was to kick that field goal, go up 10-0, understanding, one, you keep momentum, two, the weather was coming and it was going to be difficult to move the ball. This was the last time they were inside the New England Patriots 30-yard line.
Correct.
You never know when it's going to come. And so I think if you ask Sean Payton in a private moment, I get what analytics say and I get being aggressive. Take the points. Go up 10-0, keep the momentum. Because you did your homework before the game. You knew the weather was going to turn nasty. And it was going to be, even though Will Lutz was a good kicker, it was going to be tough to kick in inclement weather. I thought this was a poor coaching decision and move by Sean Payton.
Yeah, and unusual, although you get it. I mean, it was 4th and 1. I mean, we weren't shocked that he went for it on 4th and 1, but
if you're going to go for it, how about run the ball?
Right.
I mean, it's 4th and 3 feet.
Yes.
Or a 31-yard field goal. Instead, you go reverse pivot with the quarterback making his first start.
Right. Yeah. He'll look in the mirror and go, okay, when do I shave? Hey, listen, we're going to laud both defenses in a minute because we got more on both of these games when we come back here on NFL Primetime. Like, we have to go back to the Rams and the Seahawks, and we have to go back to more on this AFC Championship game. And Seattle is going to play New England in the Super Bowl. I think I remember one. We'll be back.
Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Mike McDonald. The Seahawks are headed to the Super Bowl.
Welcome back to NFL Prime Time. Pro Bowl games, one night this year during the Super Bowl week. Now they're being played in the Super Bowl city. So San Francisco, Tuesday, February 3rd, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, 3 in Hawaii on ESPN and the ESPN app. The night culminates with the annual 7-on-7 flag football game. Coverage begins with the countdown crew at 6:30 Eastern. Should be a lot of fun. Best players in football playing flag football just like we kind of like to do. All right, so the Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks. Every time they're the 1 seed and have the advantage, they go to the Super Bowl. After the special teams miscue, Sam Darnold to Jake Bobo. That's right. You never know. Well, you know he's going to catch it. JSN, and then Sam Darnold, the smile of a Super Bowl quarterback. His coach, Mike McDonald, on his QB.
300-something yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Every time they went and scored again, he came back, made some big-time throws on 3rd down, 2-minute drive, a 4-minute drive. The guy barely practiced all week, you know. Just really happy for him. He deserves it. Just been a rock for us the whole year, so just really happy for him.
The toe-to-toe, Stafford and Darnold. These are the numbers. I mean, where do we sign up for this, Booker? This is 700 yards throwing, 6 touchdowns, no interception.
And it's pretty good from a turnover standpoint. Neither quarterback made a turnover. The efficiency, the precision, this was quarterbacking at its highest level. And it was good to see not only Matthew Stafford, who started this season in August. We didn't know if he was going to play with the back injury. And Sam Darnold, could he win the big game? Could he play his best in the biggest moments? He showed up and showed out today, Boom.
And the 2 receivers, 1, Puka Nacua, led the league in catches. 2, Jackson Smith and Jigba, almost 1,800 yards receiving this year, led the league in yards. They caught 19 between them. They caught over 300 yards. They each caught a touchdown. I mean, these were the biggest game. The biggest players played at the top of their game.
And here's the best thing about this. You knew before the game, both of these guys were getting the football. The Rams were going to throw it to Puka Nacua, and the Seahawks were going to throw it to Jackson Smith.
And if we know it,
everybody in America knew it. There's probably 45 million people watching this game. Everybody knew where the ball was going, and they still got open.
It's great.
The offensive coordinators did an outstanding job, but that's a credit to these young men. Everybody knows they're getting the ball, and they still can get open and make catches.
I mean, look, again, armchair quarterback, and it's the 2 Seans, 2 guys who we respect to the moon, obviously. We discussed Sean Payton had it over Woody. If Sean McVay had it over on 4th and goal, about 5 minutes to go, figuring, or, you know, I'm going to get the ball again, but a field goal would have made it 1. Would we have done that differently? We wondered. I wasn't surprised that he – actually, I was surprised a little bit that he went.
Like, you got to understand, and I get it. There are a lot of people out there that are going to say analytics, and the ESPN analytics will say go and all that. Hey, at some point, understand the momentum of the game. Understand how it goes. And at that situation, if Sean McVay, you bring Mevis out there, you kick the field goal, now you put the pressure back on Seattle's offense. Mm-hmm. And so now if you're Seattle's offense and if you go 3 and out or you get a ball back, we don't need to drive for a touchdown. We got a kicker that can kick a 50-yarder. And we're on turf, so we don't have to worry about the footing. And so now the pressure goes back to Seattle's offense to keep the football. I just think, and I hope it doesn't rear its ugly head in the Super Bowl, if you're a coach out there and you got an opportunity, the name of the game is to score more points than the opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Like last time I checked, that's a field goal counts as 3 points.
Let me see. That's rule number 1.
It still should be rule number 1. Score more points than the other team. But for some reason, we get coaches that get a little greedy. And I get it. Dan Campbell set this precedent a couple years ago, going for it and being so aggressive. We got to get back to like doing the things that used to help us, man. I won a playoff game kicking 5 field goals. The great Indianapolis Coach, we went to Baltimore, we won 15-9.
I remember that.
You can win with field goals. Don't be so disappointed and feel like you have to go for everything. And I think if you're Sean McVay and you're Sean Payton and you have a conference this offseason, they're going to talk about, hey, maybe we need to learn how to kick a few more field goals.
Well, here's the one thing. If you have Stafford and Nacua, and in Seattle's case, if you have Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba, this shades you. Why would I kick if I can do
I understand. I get it.
So Okay, we're getting a lot of different signals. We want to go to Matthew Stafford first, or we want to go to JSN? We're going to go to Matthew Stafford after the game. Played great, but again, flying home without this time a trip to the Super Bowl.
I think it came down to a whole lot more than just that. It was a battle the whole game. It wasn't like we were all just, waiting for one play here or there. There's a million plays in a football game that can turn the tide, and we had our opportunities, didn't make it.
What's he going to say, right? I mean, yeah, we thought I could make it.
Yeah, but
I know.
That situation, he thought he was going to get a pressure look. They dropped out. And so now you have 7, 8 guys dropping back.
It's a good defensive call.
It is a good defensive call by Mike Macdonald. You got to break your tendencies there. And so he doesn't know. That's why he double clutched. He was ready to throw the football, but there was no way to throw it. And then that internal clock gets in your head. I can't hold it for 5 seconds. And he kind of forced one. Witherspoon made a really good play. Stafford has nothing to hang his head about.
Oh, God, no.
The Rams played an outstanding game throughout the season. Boom. It's a really good year. Sean McVay is still one of the better coaches in football. But as I said earlier, in the biggest games against the better competition, your weaknesses and your flaws always show.
Very good. That was great.
They always show. And in this game, the Rams' biggest weaknesses weren't the quarterback. They weren't Devontae Adams. They weren't Puka Nacua. It's their special teams and their secondary. Special teams and secondary cost the Rams. And I think if you're Sean McVay, if you can convince Stafford to come back, that's one thing. I know that both coordinators are up for jobs and head coaching jobs and all that. If Shula comes back on the defensive side of the ball, what are you going to do if you're Les Snead and Sean McVay to ensure the secondary is better? That, to me, that's the number one question I have for the Rams.
And bull rush here and there, even though his defenders,
yes,
verse and obviously,
yes,
but can't have everything.
You can't.
Apparently,
you can't unless you're Seattle.
They
got it pretty good.
They got a lot of answers, and they got more answers on this day. And one of their answers, I'm going to do it anyway. JSN. All right, we have some sound from him. He led the league with almost 1,800 yards in receiving. How does he get open? That sounds like a question I should ask both of them. But meanwhile, he's going to the Super Bowl.
Just a true leader, true competitive leader. He led us today. Can't say enough about Sam, man. It's been a great first year. We got one more to go, but for him to overcome what he has to overcome, I'm rolling with Sam all day. So, we believe in him. This building believe in him. The city believe in him, and it's awesome to run out on the field with him.
He's had 5 games against the Rams, including 2 last year with Geno. 4 of them are like stats today. And the Rams are one of the better defenses. Yeah. I mean, I know they don't, but this young man, I don't want to say the sky's the limit because I had a guy in the Seahawks this week tell me, why would we make the sky the limit? But he's only, that was Devin Witherspoon, actually. He's amazing.
Something to think about, Boom. This thought just crossed my mind. If I remember correctly, the game where Darnold was supposedly seeing ghosts was against the Patriots. It's amazing. It's amazing how we come full circle. Here we go. In the Super Bowl.
We're getting to it.
It's Sam Darnold against the Patriots. It's amazing how life works. He's going to get an opportunity, even though the players are different and all that. I get that. But it's Sam Darnold against the Patriots.
There's a lot of plot lines. And speaking of the Patriots, both they and Denver defenses stood tall. But the Patriots defense, the overlooked unit, we'll talk about them in a minute. They made plays in that special teams, and they made the big play on defense that sent them to San Francisco with a ball.
Drake May, Stephon Diggs, Mike Vrabel. The Patriots are headed to the Super Bowl.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Intuit TurboTax.
If you're under 30 in New England, you barely recall when the Patriots weren't a threat to get to the Super Bowl. I know it's been a few years, but their defense, one of the biggest reasons, and made the biggest plays in the 10-7 win, no matter what the weather was in Denver, winning a playoff game in Denver for the first time in franchise history. Christian Gonzalez sealed it, and here you go in the postseason. Began allowing just 3 to the Chargers, then all the turnovers with Stroud and Houston. They gave up only 26 points in 3 playoff games. That's their biggest reason why they're going. Dan Graziano with Milton Williams after the game.
What was it that made you want to be here, and has that all come true?
Coach Vrabel. Coach Vrabel, he believed in me, and he had the confidence in me, and you know, it's still all that into me, you know, to just go out there and do what I do. Just gave me that confidence to go out there and dominate. And every time I come out on the field, I try to prove that they picked the right guy, and I'm gonna just come out here and work. That's it.
The camaraderie and the team chemistry that he's built from the coaching position, the head coach position, is second to none. Hopefully he wins Coach of the Year because probably the best coach I ever had.
I do this for the players. I've been in their position. I have. I've been there. And it's amazing. And I want other people to feel that feeling. And it's for our families who make a lot of sacrifices and the excitement and the joy that they have. Trust me, I'm fine. Like I'll be okay. I do this for the players to be able to experience this with their families, and our coaches to be able to experience it with their families.
And there you go. We'll get to Mike here in a minute. But Mike's defense and core and the players and like we said, they lost one game from like October 1st on or whatever it is, and they keep going. So a little legitimate chip on their shoulder because the Chargers defense played very well against New England. But New England played better. Houston defense, all the sacks. We played very well against New England. But the Patriots defense played better. Well, Denver's defense, you saw, they hadn't really allowed a short drive, but in the end, it was the Patriots defense that held Denver to 7 points. So at some point, we ought to say,
well, I
this
think
is a big part of it.
Well, I think you have to say that. And first and foremost, let's understand this. Terrell Williams was supposed to be the defensive coordinator. Having a bout with cancer, he didn't call the defense. Zach Kerr, the linebacker coach, has been calling the defense all year long. So that's a little bump in the road. For this defense to play the way they played with some of the things that they've dealt with is an outstanding job, testament to the coaching job that's been done. And this is a group that they put together. Milton Williams, free agent, the highest paid player in Patriots history. Caleb Von Chason, he was a cast-off from Jacksonville. Carlton Davis on his third team. Robert Spillane, nobody really wanted him. All these guys come to New England, and they get together with Mike Vrabel, and they play their best football. It's amazing what a coach will do. It almost reminds me of Indiana and Kurt Signetti in this way. He took a lot of guys that played in a lot of places, and he brought them to a place, and he put them under one coach, and he believed in them. Mike Vrabel did the same thing with all the players that I mentioned. He believed in them. He got them brought in the team camaraderie, and they played well. Outstanding job by Mike Vrabel.
Well, let's remind everybody, and you know this by now, but the previous 2 seasons combined, New England won 8 games.
Wow.
This year, they've won 17. And this is what Mike does all the time. You've seen it. But this was tonight in Denver, making sure he greeted all the players, everybody, give everyone a hug and their wives and their families. And, I mean, this is as legit as you get. And then we've seen this every game. And I tell you what, Mike's got to be sore after all these games because they win every week.
How about shame on you, Tennessee? I'll just say that. Shame on you, Tennessee. Shame on you. I know.
You think? Well, listen, speaking of Coach Vrabel and defense, game balls, your turn.
Well, without a doubt. And typically we give game balls to the individual, but I thought that the entire New England Patriots defense deserves the game ball. I get it. Drake made a quarterback. He gets the headline rushing the football with his legs. But how about the Pats defense? 181 total yards. They gave up 52 on one play, 3 sacks, 7 QB hits, 2 turnovers. Absolutely outstanding job by this defense.
You know, and I thought they would have to have Lonnie Paxson snap it through the uprights for the Patriots to win in Denver ever. Not the case. So the Pats defense, Booger's game ball in mind, hey, we've talked about it, but he stared stuff in the face. He heard it from the middle of the season when he struggled. Sam did against the Rams in November. And guess what? Almost picture perfect today, and great when they needed him at his greatest. Yes, a lot to JSN, but a touchdown to Bobo, using everybody, and the Seattle Seahawks, as #1 seed, thanks to their quarterback, are going back to the Super Bowl as they had the previous 3 times that they were #1. Did we say the Super Bowl? Seattle against New England. Like I said, I think, if I remember one, it was pretty good. We'll preview this in a minute.
NFL Primetime is presented by Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes.
Well, we hope you had fun with us on this. We got a few minutes left, but NFL Prime. Look at that young man on the right side of the screen. What a handsome young man. I don't know.
Are we facing the screen or are we?
I don't know. NFL Primetime with Booger and me and I think Alex and a cast of thousands from the victors right after the Super Bowl in San Francisco. All right. Did we say the Super Bowl? Just so the Patriots were behind. Tom Brady and Edelman and Gronk brought them back ahead of the Seahawks. 11 years ago in Arizona. They got to the one. It was 28-24. It was second down. And then this play happened. The name Malcolm Butler wasn't known by anyone, but now known in Super Bowl lore. Just like David Tyree, another unknown. And the Seahawks are stopped on the 1 yard line in the final seconds, 28-24. Little history lesson. I could speak 10 minutes on this game. At that point, New England was trying to repeat. They had lost, although against the Giants, unbelievably tough games. Had they lost that game, it would have been 3 losses in a row. Ooh, they can't win the big one. Seattle would have won 2 in a row, maybe had a chance to win 3 in a row. They might have been the team of the decade. It changed history or resumed it to New England, and Seattle never got back until now. I know I'm cramming a lot.
Yeah.
Now, on to Super Bowl in San Francisco, the next one. The 2 quarterbacks, Drake May and Sam Darnold. You think they're going to put on a show? Let's listen.
It's a new team. It's a new era, and I respect and appreciate what the Patriots dynasty did. And unfortunately, they didn't come out with some wins here, but we changed that narrative and look forward to bringing our best football for Santa Clara. That'd be pretty special.
I'm happy to be a part of this team, man. This group and this coaching staff is just, I'm really happy to be here. Happy to be in this position. I'm just going to continue to do the best that I can to put this team in positions to win football games.
Quarterbacks, defenses, who comes to the forefront?
Biggest question mark about Super Bowl 60 is Drake May. I think we know what we're going to get from Sam Darnold and this Seattle offense. What are we going to get from the Patriots offense? If Drake May and Josh McDaniel can't put up 21, 24 points, they got no shot of winning.
You know what? If it's just like anything else this season, it's going to come down to the wire. I'm going to be there to watch it. For Booger, I'm Boomer. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime. Nicole Briscoe, Michael Eaves on SportsCenter next.